the big oil companies. You remember that other corrupt bargain. He said he would let them have their way if they gave him $1 billion, and they spent a lot of money to elect Donald Trump. And you know what they don't want people to know about? They don't want people to know about climate change. Because the oil companies don't want people to hold them accountable in any way for climate change. But as Dr. Cooley said, and others have said, not doing the science doesn't stop climate change. What it does is hurt the American people. And so we need to shut down this operation. I want to make one final point, because we have another big lie going on, which is this claim that this is all about making the federal government more efficient. This is a lie, and we have to shut down this lie. If you want to make the federal government more efficient, you don't start by firing the independent inspector generals, whose job it is to look out for waste, fraud, and abuse. You fire the inspector generals when you want to open the door to more waste, fraud, and abuse and corruption. And that is what Elon Musk is doing. As you probably saw, he just got billions of dollars more contracts just the other day. And they're getting access to very important, sensitive, private information. So are we going to shut down the illegal operation of Elon Musk and Donald Trump? Yes, we are. I also want to make this final point. You know, during the campaign, Donald Trump was asked about Project 2025. And it was like, I don't know anything about Project 2025. And the reason he said that is important, because he knew that Project 2025 was unpopular. Project 2025 targets NOAA. So on the campaign trail, Donald Trump refused to acknowledge that he was going to target NOAA and the National Weather Service and the important work that they do here. He lied, and as a result of that, people are suffering. So we've got to make sure that the people of the country understand that when Donald Trump was on that podium on Inauguration Day, and he promised a golden age to the American people, he didn't mean all of you or all of the working people in the country. He meant the people standing right behind him that day, Elon Musk and the tech billionaires. And so we need to shut that operation down, and we're going to take back our government for the American people, including the workers right here at NOAA. Are we going to do that? You bet we are. Let's get the job done. Let's make sure people around the country are showing up to rallies like this and telling their members of Congress, the House and the Senate, to make sure that they protect important public services and not turn the keys of the government over to the billionaires who all they want are big tax cuts for themselves at the expense of everybody else. Let's not let that happen. Are we going to take back our country? You bet we are. Thank you all very much. And I see Don Beyer here. I know Jamie Raskin will be here. I want to thank all of our state and local officials who are out here, and thank all of you for showing up to protect democracy and to protect the public safety and to protect the United States of America. Thank you all. God bless.
Thank you, Senator Van Hollen. Another Maryland champion, Representative McLean Delaney.
So I'm so excited to be here today. I represent the 6th District of Maryland, which is right next door to where you are in Silver Spring. But I also sit on the Science, Space, and Technology Committee, which is about science-based research. Don't you think we need a little bit more of that? I have to say that I was here last week with Dr. Spinrad, one of your former administrators, to help give support, because I feel so strongly. I worked in the satellite industry for many years, but I also was Deputy Secretary at Commerce at the sister agency NIST, at NTIA. And along with NTIA and NIST, who is in my district, I am sitting here looking at NOAA and all they do. And I just want to say that this is not about waste, fraud, and abuse. As our senator said, no. This is about really gaining control of your 18 satellites and your, multiple 15 different boats that you've got across the road, your 12,000 employees' data and what they have in those systems. And what is it about? It's really about figuring out how to take those assets. And, there's a lack of, a control issue that is something that must be stopped. And it's something I am very committed to, not only in the 6th District in terms of what I'm representing with NIST and Fort Detrick and many of the, the other research institutions across Maryland that are being impacted. But why it is so important for you to rise up is that your 12,000 researchers, all of the people here, half of them, or 12,000 employees, half of them are research and scientists, really make America safer. And that's what is so important. Is I sat there and looked at last night, and it's your oceans. But our FAA depends upon, for safe flights, the research that you do with respect to our weather, our disasters, the environmental things that are happening across this country. Our citizens depend upon it for you all. And so I am committed to standing up, to going after all of those that are taking Congress's power of the purse and bypassing us in terms of taking away your ability to do your jobs. So your ability to do your job. So are we going to let DOGE undermine NOAA? No. Are we going to protect our federal workers and employees? So are we going to have hands off NOAA? Are we going to come together to figure out ways that we can uplift for the American people? Because that's what it's about. Because businesses are about making money, but our federal employees are here for the safety, health, and well-being of the American people. So let's rise up and thank you for all you do, and know that we have your back. I think we have Representative Byer now.
First, thank you for letting a Virginian come to stand with you against Donald Trump and Elon Musk's clearly illegal actions. We have to understand, what's this all about? This is about taking NOAA and the National Weather Service and privatizing it, moving lots and lots of money from the federal government to Donald Trump and to Elon Musk. And we just cannot let this happen. I had the great privilege many years ago of leading Obama's transition for commerce. So I got to lead Jane Lubchenco's Senate thing and confirmation. And in that, I got to spend a lot of time with the wonderful NOAA people and realize that everything that we depend upon, all the word about the hurricanes and the tornadoes and the snowpocalypse and snowmageddon and the blizzard of '96 and the derechos, all of that comes from you. Yep. We tend to think that this is just our DMV, but 4 out of 5 federal employees are spread across the country. Right. And this affects everybody in this country. Yep. And it is incredibly important, as both April and Chris said, that we stand up to Donald Trump in every way that we possibly can. Yes. And we are not done. We have lots of tools at our disposal. The next budget, the debt ceiling, the Trump tax cuts, and as members of Congress, we're going to use every tool we possibly have to defend you. Because this taking apart the federal government that serves every one of us and turning it basically over to the Doge kids makes no sense whatsoever. I'm so proud of you for standing out here in the cold and coming together, because as American people, the best way we defeat Donald Trump is to push back on this narrative that he's somehow making America great again. We have pushed, his ability to lead is totally dependent on public sentiment. And public sentiment can only be changed by you and by me. And every conversation we have with every friend we have, with every tweet or Instagram or YouTube thing that we send out, as we drive his numbers down, and Elon Musk are already in the toilet, please don't buy a Tesla. Yeah. In doing that, we undermine him, because we have so far seen absolutely no courage from our Republican friends. None at all. Occasionally, Lisa Murkowski spoke out this weekend on Ukraine. But they will move when the American public moves. And the way the American public moves is because of the stories that you tell about how you lift up and save the lives of the American public. So thank you for everything that you do. And in Virginia, we're with you.
Thank you, Congressman. Next we have Representative Lynn Ivey.
Are you ready to fight? Yeah! Are you ready to fight? Yeah! We need you. We need you. This is a big 2 weeks coming up right now. And you're kicking off the big fight back, the big payback, the big pushback that we're going to need. Tomorrow night, Donald Trump is going to do the equivalent of a State of the Union. And he's going to tell lie after lie after lie. And it's up to us to get the message out that what he's doing is wrong, the things he's saying is false, and that he's destroying this country, not making it better. Is that right? By tearing down the government like this, he's making things dangerous and less safe for the country. I ran into somebody who works in the weather industry, and he said, he said, we don't want NOAA taken down because they do the stuff, we use their stuff for free. We can't do what we do without NOAA. They know they need you, right? They know we need you too, right? To make ourselves safe from dangers like weather incidents, all the stuff that's getting worse, the climate change that the Trump administration wants to pretend isn't happening. We know that it is happening. We know that lives are being lost, and the nation needs to react, and we need the information and the science that you provide. Isn't that right? Yeah. All right, so the next 2 weeks, big fight tomorrow night, right? Yeah. And then on March 14th, that's the really big one coming up too, because that's when we have the big fight on the House floor and the Senate about keeping the government open and protecting us against the shutdown, right? Yeah. All right, so look, keep up the good work, and hands off NOAA. Hands off NOAA. Hands off NOAA. Keep off the phone.
Hands off NOAA. Thank you, Congressman. Hands off NOAA. Hands off NOAA. Hands off NOAA. Hands off NOAA. All right. Our next speaker, our State Delegate, Lori Charcudian.
Good morning! Despite the disaster that we're facing, it is a good morning because the people are showing their power. I am Delegate Lori Charcudian, and I represent this district in the Maryland General Assembly, and I have always been so proud to have NOAA in my district and the scientists and the public servants who work at NOAA in our community. I have been so proud to have the heart of climate science and the heart of ocean science and the heart of what is saving lives across this world right here in our community. Our friends and neighbors are humble friends and neighbors that go to work here every day saving lives, and we are so grateful for them. Let's hear it for federal workers. Let's hear it for scientists. Let's hear it for the day-to-day work they do, the thankless work they do that saves our lives every day. Now, down the street a little ways, we have Musk, who is acting like a king, and Trump, who is acting like his court jester. But do we have kings in America? We do not have kings in America. But what we do have in the United States is we have people's movements. And the people's movements are the movements that have always moved us forward despite the challenges we've faced over a complicated and unjust history. It is the people's movements that move us forward. And today you're here, and last week you were here, and yesterday you were here, and the people's movements have been taking to the streets and taking to social media and taking to the Republican congressional meetings in their district, and the people's movements are what is going to turn this around, stop the kings, stop the reprehensible behavior, stop the illegal behavior, and we will save NOAA, and we will save the federal government, and thank you for being here and for doing that.
Thank you, Delegate. So now we're going to bring up a climate scientist, Tom DiLiberto.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Tom DiLiberto. Up until about 3:47 p.m. on Thursday, I was a climate scientist here at NOAA. Now, normally I would say it's so nice to see so many familiar faces here, but given what's happened, I know why those faces are here. You have to understand that NOAA to me wasn't just another job. I started working at NOAA as a federal contractor in 2010. I became a Fed finally in March of 2023, and if you can do the math, that meant I was 14 days away from my probation period ending when I was fired last Thursday. Working at NOAA was my dream since I was in elementary school. Literally, when I was 8, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said a meteorologist. And every single science fair experiment I ever did involved the weather, even if it made absolutely no sense. Again, apologies to all of my biology teachers. Now, you may be thinking, oh, cute individual story, Tom, which I say thanks. But there are thousands of people who are, in my case, were living out their childhood dream working at NOAA. NOAA is the big leagues. This place holds some of the world's best climate scientists, best meteorologists, best oceanographers, best marine scientists, marine biologists, best geodesists, and even the best pilots, because who the heck wants to fly into a hurricane? And that's what makes NOAA so special. And that's what makes these illegal firings so dangerous. We are less safe today than we were last Thursday. Some of the best were fired. And now we're asking the incredible folks still working here to do more with less. Fewer people, less resources, lower morale after being constantly attacked by this administration. And that's what really sticks in my craw. The reason people work at NOAA is because they want to help people. We do that not because if I help them now, they might owe us later. No one at NOAA has ever decided not to give crucial, important information, data, and resources to a community because of who they voted for. That would be cruel. But you know who has done that? So tell me again, who cares about the American people? We do. Federal workers do. And they will continue to care about the American people even while the current administration tries everything in their power to stop them. And that's important. That's why it's important that we use our voice. Speaking up for NOAA is speaking up for all of America. Thank you.
Next up, we have my good friend Courtney Foley from Climate Action Campaign.
Morning, everyone. Let's do a quick chant. Hands off our NOAA. 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 I'm with the Climate Action Campaign. We're a coalition of public health, environmental justice organizations, and we're here to make sure to reduce emissions in this country and to have a more sustainable future. I'm originally from Mississippi. Growing up, we would have tornadoes, and there would be that emergency preparedness that NOAA, you the workers here, help provide. I can't tell you how many times we would have to go into the basement and make sure that we were protected. And there, if you had enough time, you could also go to the tornado shelter. Without NOAA, those protections won't exist. We're here today to protect NOAA. NOAA provides life-saving weather alerts, warning Americans about incoming hurricanes, tornadoes, snowstorms, and other severe weather that can threaten and destroy property. And when we think about the fossil fuel pollution that continues to drive increasingly extreme weather, NOAA's mission is more critical than ever. If NOAA didn't exist, the consequences would be severe across multiple aspects of life, from public health safety to economic stability and the environmental health. Here's what could happen. No reliable hurricane tracking, tornado warnings, severe storm forecasts would leave communities unprepared for disasters, resulting in more deaths and property damage. Attacks on NOAA will leave us unprotected from the horrors of extreme weather. Slashing NOAA's staff and budget, it guts disaster preparedness, ending life-saving weather forecasts, and slash funding for disaster recovery. The data serves as a starting point for every extreme weather forecast in the U.S. They're constantly working to create more accurate and more detailed forecasts, and working to extend forecasting and farther in advance. Climate change is only bringing more frequent and more extreme weather, more damaging hurricanes, longer heat waves, more severe flooding. Without NOAA weather and climate data, Americans will be even more at risk from these disasters. Without NOAA's research, we'll have less understanding of climate change impacts like rising sea levels, heat waves, and shifting weather patterns. Coastal communities and governments would struggle to plan for flooding, droughts, and wildfire. Our economy depends on accurate weather forecasts and the work of everyone like you here at NOAA. Thank you so much. Protect NOAA.
Thank you, Courtney. Now for another selection from Rapid Response Choir.
People's movements are built on hope, strength, joy, and pride. Do you have hope? Yeah! Do you have strength? Yeah! Do you have joy? Yeah! People out there are going to try to tear you down, but the world outside can't take us down, and that's what this song is about. Right. Can you sing? Yeah! Can you clap?
Yeah! This joy, these are the lyrics. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, the world can't take it away. Very simple, sing with us.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away.
Strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Love. Pride. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Last one, back to joy. Yes. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away.
Rapid Response Choir. Before I bring up our next speaker, let's send a message to the Doge Bros lurking the hallways of NOAA and other agencies. Keep your hands off NOAA. Keep hands off NOAA. 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 Hands off NOAA.
Go ahead and tell them.
Yeah, we get this area clear.
No, just ask, is it somebody's bag? Does somebody have a rolling grayish green bag?
Ma'am, I need you to let me do my.
All right. So we need to clear the area.
I need the area cleared.
We need the area
until
clear.
we figure out whose bag this is and what's going on.
If you have a bag over there,
All right, we have to clear the area.
Does anybody have a bag over there? Does anybody have a bag over there?
And now they're trying to figure out
just make it clear. Does anybody have a bag?
Does anybody have a gray bag on this side?
Gray, green bag.
Tell people it's important. You have to find it.
We need to know whose bag this is now.
Hey, green bag!
All right, it's gone. All right, everybody, hold it. Noah, 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 Noah. All right, we're going to continue with the program. All right, we're going to have a number of scientists speaking. So next up, Dr. Astrid Claudis.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Are you ready to stand up for science? My name is Astrid Caldas. I am a senior climate scientist at the Union of Concerned Scientists. Actually, change that to Union of Best of Scientists. We are here today in solidarity with NOAA scientists and career agency staff who have been indiscriminately and recklessly fired by the Trump administration. These mass layoffs of NOAA are cruel and a deep disservice to the professionals at NOAA who have devoted their careers to one of our country's premier science agencies. They are also terrible for people across the nation and the world. And the world who depends on NOAA cutting-edge, life-saving science. Last Wednesday, before the layoffs were announced, the Union of Concerned Scientists delivered an open letter to leaders of Congress and Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, signed by more than 2,500 scientists and other experts, urging them to ensure NOAA remains fully funded and staffed, that its independent and trusted science is protected, and that NOAA data remains freely accessible to the public. My friend, my colleague is around wearing a shirt like mine, carrying a QR code. You can find him and sign that letter. Oh yeah. The letter states, NOAA is the linchpin in global weather forecasting, climate monitoring, and climate research. NOAA staff work collaboratively with scientists around the world to the benefit of people in the United States and of every nation. Without a strong NOAA, the world will be flying blind into the growing perils of global climate change. The harmful impacts of human-induced increases in heat-trapping emissions are readily apparent in accelerating sea level rise, worsening heat waves and flooding, longer and more intense wildfire seasons, altered rainfall patterns, the retreat of the Arctic sea ice, ocean acidification, and many other aspects of climate system that are currently monitored by NOAA. The letter concludes by stating, a world without NOAA and other leading U.S. science institutions would not only append decades of invaluable scientific research, it would also signify an abdication of U.S. leadership in climate science and an erosion of U.S. status as a scientific powerhouse. Now, when testifying under oath, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and assured congressional members that if he was confirmed, NOAA wouldn't be dismantled under his watch. A promise that has now been broken. It seems that either Lutnick willingly lied to Congress and the American people, or that he has caved in record-breaking time to the destructive agenda of the Trump-Musk regime, decimating the nation's core scientific enterprise, even as costly and deadly climate change impacts and extreme weather events worsen, flies in the face of logic, common sense, and fiscal responsibility. NOAA's data and science are used routinely by weather forecasters, mariners, farmers, emergency responders, businesses, everyday people across the country. Even if they don't know about it, everybody relies on NOAA every day of their life. We use NOAA's data all the time to tell people about extreme heat, about inundation, threats to infrastructure, to commercial business, to homes. We tell them all about that. We tell them about everyday weather alerts on our danger season mapping. So gutting NOAA is a political move designed to suppress climate science research at the expense of providing that type of critical information that helps ensure the safety of our communities. Censoring science does not change the facts about climate change. We urge members of Congress to stand up to these attacks on NOAA. We call on Commerce Secretary Lutnick to defend the agency that he has been appointed to lead. We all need a strong, independent, well-funded, and fully staffed NOAA. Saving science saves lives. Thank you. Sign the letter.
Thank you. Next, this person does not need an introduction. He's been a champion for this area. This NOAA headquarters is in his district, Congressman Jamie Raskin.
Hello, NOAA. Hello, Silver Spring. I've got some sunglasses on because my eyes are dilated, but my vision here is perfect. America needs NOAA. America needs NOAA. And I represent this district, and I represent hundreds or thousands of people who work with NOAA, either directly at the agency or as consultants. And I've got a very clear message for Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and MAGA. Hands off NOAA. You know, if you want to have safe seafood, you need NOAA. If you want to fight climate change, you need NOAA. If you want to stop the acidification of our oceans, you need NOAA. If you want to know what the weather's going to be like next week, you need NOAA. If you believe in facts, if you believe in science, if you believe in the truth, you need NOAA. You know, and there was a great astronomer who used to be at the University of Maryland who said, the great thing about science is it's true whether or not you believe in it. So, my friends, look, this is not my first rally in this current environment, and so I want to start by telling you what the principle is that's going to get us through this period. A rally a day keeps the fascists away, okay? A rally a day. And my friends, the Elon Musk, Donald Trump administration needs a little constitutional refresher, okay? Because it all starts with the Supremacy Clause, which says that the Constitution and the laws adopted under it are the supreme law of the land, okay? The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. And then, you know, we've got a preamble. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and preserve to ourselves and our posterity the blessings of liberty, do hereby ordain and establish the Constitution of these United States of America. And my friends, after establishing the Constitution, the sovereignty of the people flows immediately into Article 1 of the Constitution, the very first sentence, which says that all legislative powers are vested in the Congress of the United States of America. Now look, Elon Musk, you didn't create NOAA, Congress created NOAA. You can't abolish NOAA, only Congress can do that. And you know why they're trying to do all this stuff unilaterally, arbitrarily, monarchically? They could never abolish NOAA if they brought that as a bill to the United States House of Representatives or the United States Senate. They could never get it passed. They could not abolish NOAA. They could not abolish the Agency for International Development. They could not abolish the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. They could not abolish the Department of Education. If you think you wanted to abolish one of the departments or agencies we've created, bring it to Congress and put it up for a vote. Put it up for a vote. So we created it. Elon Musk didn't create it. Now, Elon Musk, he's a special case because, you know, well, first of all, he could never run for president because he wasn't born here. He was born in apartheid South Africa, which was obviously the formative moment in his political maturation. He hangs out with a Silicon Valley crowd which believes that democracy is defunct and we are living in a post-constitutional moment. If you look at the interview with his intellectual hero, Curtis Yarvin, in the New York Times last month, he said the American people have to get over their fear of the word dictatorship. No, he said, you can read it yourself. He said a dictator is just like a CEO in a corporation. A CEO is just a dictator. And so he said, we need a dictator for the U.S. government. And the U.S. government will no longer be representing we the people. The U.S. government will no longer be representing even the states. The U.S. government will just be representing the corporations, the dictators of each of those corporations. So my friends, look, the real fork in the road is not that fraudulent Godfather offer that he sent to all of the NOAA employees and everybody else. The real fork in the road is, are we going to defend American constitutional democracy, or are we going to become a corporate monarchical state? That's the question. And are you going to lie down and let these people destroy everything that our parents and grandparents and ancestors built? No. No, we're not going to do it. We're going to stand up for democracy and freedom in America. I want to thank the great researchers and scientists and public servants at NOAA for what you do every day for us. I want to thank all of you for what you do. And you know, we got a federal law under the Constitution called the Civil Service Act, right? It goes back 100 years, the Penalty Act. And what's the core of it? You can't be fired for political reasons. You can be fired for poor performance. You can be fired for professional misconduct, like, you know, embezzling money at the office. You can be fired for that stuff. You can't be fired for doing your job. They're firing people for doing their job. That's the opposite of the civil service, which is an echo of the Constitution, which also says you can't fire people because of the political speech you imagine they have. I mean, look at what's going on in the Department of Justice, the U.S. Attorney's Office. They sacked a dozen attorneys because they had done their job working on the January 6th prosecutions, okay? They are firing people for doing their job. They want to fire the climate scientists for doing their job. They want to fire the weather experts for doing their job because they want to privatize that too. So, my friends, look, I'm thrilled so many people came out here in this cold weather. They moved Donald Trump's inauguration indoors, and it was warmer than this, okay? So are you going to let any of these people turn you around or shut you up? I'm not seeing a lot of fear out there today. I'm not seeing a lot of trembling. I'm seeing a lot of civic conviction. I'm seeing a lot of courage out there today. I'm seeing a lot of determination out there today. So, and we're just warming up. We're just getting started, okay? So, as Donald Trump's poll numbers plummet, as Elon Musk's poll numbers sink, our numbers are going up. Democracy's gonna win in America. American constitutional democracy is going to prevail. Thank you, NOAA, for what you're doing. I'll see you at the next rally, everybody.
Hands off NOAA! 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 All right, we have two more speakers before we wrap up. Next up, we're bringing up Dr. Andrew Toller.
Good morning. So I am a deep sea ecologist. Yes! All the work I've done over the last 20 years would not be possible without the support from NOAA. NOAA is the original public science agency. Thomas Jefferson created the direct precursor to NOAA in 1807. They mapped the country and the world. They tracked whales, they tracked currents, they tracked coastlines. The creation of the agency that would become NOAA marked a turning point in the history of this country, from a place for Europeans to extract resources to a nation of American-led scientific discovery. In 1884, the agent, which would become the National Marine Fisheries Service, conducted the first comprehensive assessment of overfishing in U.S. waters and in the world. They invented fisheries management, and for 140 years, the fisheries of the United States has, for better or worse, been the most successful and best managed fishery in the world. In World War II, the agency produced over 100 million charts for the Allied forces. The hydrologists and meteorologists of the agency planned the day and the hour that American troops would land on Normandy Beach, turning the tide of the war. The survey and bathymetric work conducted by NOAA has been instrumental for navigation, national security, and commerce, but it is also critical for basic scientific research. Bathymetry, the mapping of the seafloor, is the heart of ocean discovery. Bathymetry is the difference between the pragmatic question, how shallow is our harbor, and the profound question, how deep is the ocean? NOAA, more than any other organization in the history of the world, has answered those questions. In 1955, the agency towed an experimental magnetometer across the Pacific and discovered magnetic striping on the seafloor. This discovery would ultimately confirm the theory of plate tectonics. It was NOAA that taught us that continents move. There are few greater examples of the power of basic research than the discovery and exploration of deep-sea hydrothermal vents. For 30 years, NOAA ran the VENTS program, an effort to map, study, and understand hydrothermal vents. It was pure, basic science, motivated by a need to know more about these strange and wondrous ecosystems. From bright red tube worms growing around cracks in the Earth's crust, we learned about endosymbiosis and chemosynthesis. Sorry, I'm throwing jargon at you. But that rewrote our understanding of how life evolved. From the microbes that thrived in a boiling chemical stew on the bottom of the ocean, we mastered how to replicate DNA in the laboratory. Modern medicine, including the genetic approach to disease management, the rapid synthesis of new vaccines and new therapeutics, and viewing the human body as not just a person, but a person living in symphony with 1 billion beneficial microbes, owes its advancement to the desire to explore the deep places beyond the shore. What do we lose if we lose NOAA? On Friday, we learned that the ocean acidification team, whose work is essential to dozens of shellfish fisheries and any business that depends on coral reefs, has been gutted. Without this critical data, oyster farmers will suffer and coral reefs will die. Without NOAA, we lose the capacity to detect Vibrio vulnificus. Vibrio is the leading cause of fatal food poisonings in this country. The Vibrio labs that monitor the spread of this lethal pathogen in Maryland, in Delaware, in Virginia, and in North Carolina depend on NOAA's support. Without NOAA, eating raw oysters is playing Russian roulette. Without NOAA, we lose the ability to monitor harmful algal blooms, whose toxins destroy fisheries, beaches, and our lungs. We lose the tidal data that is essential to navigation, stormwater management, and flood mitigation. Without NOAA, we have no well-managed fisheries. There is no future for blue crabs without NOAA. There is no future for oysters without NOAA. There is no future for stripers without NOAA. Get used to eating snakeheads and blue catfish, because there's no invasive species management without NOAA. There's no seafood without NOAA. Without NOAA, 1 million lines of inquiry end. Our children don't get to sail along with the Okeanos Explorer and watch octopus. Sorry.
Hang in there. Yeah, hang in there.
And watch octopuses guard their eggs in nurseries at the bottom of the sea. Our teachers don't get to join expeditions through NOAA's Teacher at Sea program, bringing hands-on scientific discovery back to the classroom. And our grandfathers lose one final chance to honor their shipmates as NOAA maps the maritime battlefields of the Pacific and discovers ships long lost to the tides of war. We are a maritime nation. NOAA is our legacy, and NOAA is our future. Thank you so much for coming out today.
Hands off NOAA. Hands off NOAA. Hands off NOAA. Hands off NOAA. I'm really getting a chance to take in the crowd. I did not realize so many people had shown up that we are across the street as well. Woo! So thank you for answering the call and standing in solidarity with wrongfully terminated NOAA employees. So I'm going to bring up our last speaker, Dr. Rick Spinnerat.
Thank you. Anybody got a Sharpie?
I was a federal employee, former federal employee for 26 years. Exactly. And I'm no longer that, but I'm trying to be again. But not yet. I'm trying to become a federal employee. I can't be an employee. Contractor, you can't touch it. One of them. I'm a whole company.
National Marine Fisheries Service not only makes sure you have paid seafood, but it supports a $320 billion industry with 2.3
Very intelligent people talk.
jobs. Imagine what happens if we OAR supports our Nobel laureates. Yes, Nobel laureates.
They support me. Yep. No, I'm not doing that. That's too much. Yeah, that's too much. Really? No, right here's fine. All right, thank you. Yep. No, not every day. What? That's too much. What are you talking about?
Make sure those airplanes can fly. Ships can go to sea.
They got time.
You are safe.
And they have every right to do it.
Hurricanes, storms, all the things that can happen in the environment. And to make sure
He's trying, so they have every right to do that. If I have somebody fuck with my life, we gotta do the same. Protest myself all day. I care. That's different. Someone who don't care. Nothing. But I care. I'm not going to know that. I said, my God. He's great.
you know what happens when you have a bull in a
No preaching, no that, no practice. Just testing.
A lot of bullshit.
You all associate up in here. I can't wait. We'll see what happens. Let me get out because I'm going to be full camera. I'm done.
And he said, what's a better way to do it? It's like, don't do it. My argument for my whole tenure as administrator, this agency is grossly under-resourced. There needs to be another 5,000 increase. So don't start saying we can cut and still get all the services. You know what it costs to what things I talk about. Fisheries, you know what it costs you every single month? It costs you 6 cents per day. 6 cents per day to get all of that. Pretty good deal. So don't come looking to NOAA to look for savings. Save NOAA now.
Showing up here today, and we got to send a message to current and former NOAA employees that we are standing with you and we are committed to you. So thank you. And we're now going to wrap up with one last song for the
humbly hearted.
About 300, maybe 4. Yeah, so it looks like they're kind of doing their final song. I'll just kind of hang out here a little bit and see what happens. Looks like a lot of them already started. I saw, well, there's locals here. A lot of locals. And then ABC was the only other network I saw. That I did not notice. No, maybe they might be. But like I said, there's a bunch of locals. And then ABC was here. The other network. Oh, you're
Yeah,
you're not
I'm working from home today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, you can do that.
I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah. Huh. I just keep looking at that camera guy who's like literally right in the lane of traffic. Nah, that's smart.
Who are you doing media with?
Fox News. Get out of the road, lady.
I didn't get to see Jimmy. I heard his voice, but I didn't see him.
that, or they